Best part of being a business major at IU East is the different programs you can get involved in. Those programs will bring amazing opportunities that you would not get anywhere else. My name is Cole Fosbrink and my hometown is Seymour, Indiana, which is about a little over 2 hours south here from Richmond. And I'm a business major with a concentration in finance. When I first heard of IU East, it was because my assistant coach, Matt Wolf, had sent me a message because he had saw my soccer film on a recruiting website online, and he had just sent me a message one day while I was in the middle of class and asked me if I'd be interested in coming up for a visit since they were interested in me. I chose to come to IU East because I met with Tim Scales one day when I came on my recruiting visit, and he was a very important part of me coming here. And with it being a smaller campus and a smaller community, I knew that I'd be able to build really good relationships with people. My favorite classes have been my economics classes. I just really enjoy economics and it all just kind of makes sense to me. The two professors I've had for that, one Tim Scales and the other was Feller Bose, I felt like they both have done a great job with their classes and I've learned a lot from both. My plans after I finish at IU East are to do something either in the finance field or in the economics field. I had originally planned on becoming a financial advisor after college, but I'm thinking I'm going to switch that to something in the field of economics. One way I'll get experience with economics, since I'm wanting to change maybe and go down that path, is to be an SI leader in an economics class next semester, where I'll be able to teach students economics and learn some more about it myself. So with the CEO program, that stands for Cash Equals Opportunity, and it's a program where we go and teach financial literacy to kids around the country. And we just have a curriculum that we would bring into schools and teach in classrooms before COVID hit. And we're working on now what to do since we can't go into the classrooms right now. And my favorite experience with that would be getting to meet with the CEO of the Federal Reserve Bank of Chicago and with the United States Surgeon General. Those were two huge opportunities. Another great experience with the CEO program is getting to partner with Indiana Superachievers. With that, I'll be leading interviews with them, and my first one being with the Governor of Indiana, Governor Holcomb. So far, to balance being a soccer player and a college student, it, to be honest, has not been too hard for me. Our coaches, and that reason is because our coaches work pretty well with everything. Before our coaches schedule practice, they check with us and see when all of our class times are so that they can plan practice around that. And also with away games, there's usually Wi-Fi on the bus sometimes, and you can get homework done on the way there, on the way back. But also, I've done a pretty good job of not procrastinating anything, and I usually get all my work done, like if I know I have game days this week, I'll get it all done ahead of time. Last year when we went to Pittsburgh, I had a couple assignments due on Sunday night, and we had two games, one on Saturday and one on Sunday the next day, plus traveling from Pittsburgh. And so at the hotel on Saturday night, right after we had just finished a game that evening, I had to get a couple assignments done because the next day we had another game in the early afternoon, and then we had to travel back, and at that time there was not Wi-Fi on the bus, so I had to make sure I got it done Saturday night then after we'd finished our game that evening. The biggest difference between being a high school athlete and a college athlete, one is the travel distance. In college, you travel a lot farther to away games than you do for a high school game. And another big one would be just how you go about when you're missing classes. In high school, you could just kind of tell the teachers or kind of not tell the teachers, because if you had to leave early in high school for a game day, it'd always come up on the speaker saying, like, soccer players, like, need to report to wherever to leave for the game, and teachers really couldn't argue that at all. But now in college, you have to give the professor your schedule at the very beginning of the semester, and if you have games, you have to tell them ahead of time and kind of sign off on it. Maybe not so much as this year with the pandemic and almost everything being online, but last year we had to get a piece of paper signed by a professor that we wouldn't be there, and you'd have to make sure that you talk and work with the professor about getting the notes or wherever they went over that day in class that you had to miss. I'm still preparing, but with some of the things IU East has taught me so far, especially about business and finance, they've really done a good job, and especially being involved with the CEO program, I've got to learn a lot of things with that. And with me wanting to change my course probably to economics, being an SI leader is going to help me a lot and help me learn a lot more about econ by doing that. Why I would choose IU East is because of all the personal connections you can make. It's not like you have to go out and search for them, because they're just so good at connecting with students. They'll come and find you sometimes, and that's an awesome thing. And there's just a certain relationship you build with people here around campus that you really wouldn't get anywhere else. And there's really a lot of opportunities in the business program with the different programs that you can get involved in, and it's just really all personable, and you just get to make a lot of different connections.